Welcome back. New research from Trulia shows that buying a home in the Little Rock area is more than 38% cheaper than renting, but still there are pros and cons to both. Scott McElmurry, President and CEO of Bank of Little Rock Mortgage, is here with what you should consider. It's so good to see you. Thanks for coming in
Thanks
today.
for having me. Good morning.
This is really interesting. I guess you always kind of think of renting as being the cheaper option, so it's interesting to hear that that might not be the case. But the housing market has seen its fair share of ups and downs over the last few years. So should we really consider the market, when it comes to
market is an important factor, but the most important factor is, are you ready for home ownership? We talked about you talked about the how it's cheaper in many cases to own a home than it is to rent. Well, you're essentially paying the landlord's payment, and so there's a little bit on top of that. So that's part of the reason. Part of the reason is how low interest rates are. The market is a good time right now to buy because of buyers and sellers, but also where interest rates are. But again, the most important factor is, are you ready to buy a house?
Okay. And one of the things that you mentioned too with this, Scott, I think it's a great way to organize it and to get your thoughts together on it, is the 3 M's.
The 3 M's.
And let's start with money. It's a good way to kind of put it into perspective, what you're going to need.
Now, of course, when you buy a house, money is an important factor. You have a down payment. So if you have about 3.5% of a purchase price, somewhere around $5,000 on a typical Central Arkansas home for a down payment is important. But it's also important to maintain a savings account, to have things for unforeseen items, unemployment for a short period of time, maybe some illness, so you have that reserve to continue to make your monthly payments.
Talk about those special financing options for, if you're military.
Sure, military or first-time home buyers can. There are some special loan programs just for them that will help alleviate some of that upfront money. With veterans, you can get a loan with 100% financing, 0 down payment. And then with a first-time home buyer, there's an ADFA bond loan program that also, if you meet the criteria, allows for some assistance when it comes to down payment. Okay,
ways that can help out a little bit. Another M to consider is maintenance. That's a big one.
That's an extension again of money. Exactly. You are no longer have a landlord to call when the plumbing breaks down or something. So you certainly want to have, again, the money to cover those unforeseen items. Okay,
got to keep that maintenance in mind. Another one, this is a big one, mobility.
It is, and that's one of the, I hate to say the biggest of the 3, but it is certainly an important factor. If you're going to be someone who typically moves around a lot, renting is probably the best idea. If you're going to be in the same residence for 3 to 4 years, then certainly buying is a good option.
All right, some very good advice when you're considering buying versus renting. How can we get in touch with you to learn a little bit more about
You can give us a call at 501-219-9100 or any of our other offices. Go to our website, vlrmortgage.com. We've got offices throughout the state.
All right, Scott McElmurry, Bank of Little Rock Mortgage. Thank you so much for coming in today.